Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Tulsi Maharani Jaya Rinde Jaya Rinde Jaya Rinde Jaya Rinde Jaya Rinde Jaya Rinde Jaya Rinde, Jaya Rinde.
Obeisances to all the Vaishnav devotees of the Lord, who are just like desire trees and fulfill the desire trees. So today is the disappearance day of two Goswamis, Bhagarva Goswami and Kashivara Pandit, their disappearance. There's not a lot on information. I got something off ISKCON Desire Tree. We'll talk just a little bit about them. Like I said, there's not very much available, but it's on the calendar, so we will observe it. Jaya Nilo Premadana Koruna Prachur Jaya Nilo Premadana Koruna Prachur Premadana Koruna Prachur Eno Prabhu Kota Kela Chaya Thakur Kata Kela Kahamura Swarupa Kahasanatan Swarupa Kahasanatan Kahadasa Raghunatha Patita Pavan Kana Mula Bhatta Yuga Kaha Kavira Eka kale kota gela doranata ra Pasanio tutibo mata Anale pasibo Ito mata Ibo Goranga gunera nidi golagele prabo Se samba sangira sange ye toilo bila Se sangana paya kande narotamada Yeyanilo prema dana koruna pracho Nilo prema dana koruna pracho Heno Prabhu Kota Gela Karana Thakur Dila He who brought the treasure of divine love and who was filled with compassion and mercy. Where is such a personality as Srinivasacharya gone? Where is my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Das, the savior of the fallen? Where is my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of the Lord, of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all these devotees in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Das simply weeps. So, we want to continue. First was a read about Gurgarba Goswami. Okay, as there's not much mention, this is all from the ISKCON Desire Tree. As there's not much mention of Lokanath Goswami in Vaishnava literatures, similarly there's not much mentioned either of Sri Gurgarba Goswami, who was his very close friend. Following Mahaprabhu's order, they both came and lived in Vrajadam. Their hearts were inseparable. Burger Goswami was Lokanath's closest friend and constant companion. He was Prema Manjari in Vraja. This is according to Gora Ganadesh Dipika, number 187. According to the Sadhana Dipika, Burgarbha was Lokanath's parental uncle. The Sanka Nirnana Yamrita adds the following comments on Burgarbha Goswami. It says, I offer my respectfuls to the illustrious Burgarbha Prabhu, who is said to have been born from the bowels of the earth. He bestows love of Krishna. He takes pleasure in the service of Govinda Dev. His compassion, simple and always joyful. Burgarbha Goswami's initiating guru was Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. He is therefore considered to be Gadadhar's branch. Sri Bhagavat Das, a fellow disciple of Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, was also a close friend. Burgarbha and Bhagavat Das were branches of the Gadadhar Pandit, both whom went to live in Vrindavan. This is from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 12, text 81. Lokanath Goswami renounced the householder ashram in 1433 of the Shaka area and 1510 of our Christian calendar, and came to meet Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu immediately told him to go to live in Vrindavan, telling him that it was his own intention to take sannyas very shortly, go there himself. Lokanath started to cry when he imagined the Lord within his beautiful curls shown from the distress of the devotees would feel that his departure. When the Lord saw Lokanath's anxiety, he embraced him and consoled him with various spiritual instructions, and Lokanath surrendered completely to him. When Burgarbha saw how unhappy Lokanath was, he decided to accompany him to Vrindavan. The two companions walked through Rajmal, Tajpur, and Purnia, Lucknow, and many other holy places before finally arriving in Braj. And then next we'll share Kashivara Pandit's disappearance. Sri Kashivara Pandit Goswami had a temple near Sri Rampur at Chatara. Mahaprabhu sent him to Vrindavan later on in his life. His disciple was Sri Govinda Gosai, the pujari of the Govinda Dev temple. When Sri Rupa Goswami discovered Sri Govinda Dev's Sri Vigraha at Gomati Tila, he immediately sent word to Mahaprabhu at Puri. Mahaprabhu in turn requested Sri Kashivara Pandit to go to Vrindavan. Kashivara, however, expressed that to have to give up your association will cause my heart to be split in two. Therefore, please consider how I can honor your request without giving up my life. Mahaprabhu could understand the heart of Kashivara, and therefore he gave him a self-manifested deity of himself. Mahaprabhu sat down along with this Vigraha and accepted prasad, at which Kashivara's faith was kindled. Mahaprabhu intimidated him to this deity and established him on the right side of established him to the right side of Sri Govinda Dev. Then he began to serve him with great love. So that's those two Vaishnavas. All right. Intimated him. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so reading our Saturday Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we're at Majjhila Gita chapter 11. And we're going to start at text 52. Okay, so as soon as Bhattacharya saw the king's firm determination, this is the devotees are trying to get the Lord to meet with King Prataparudra. So there's been some headway, made on this effort. But obviously, because of his social status, Lord Chaitanya has been refused so far. As soon as the Bhattacharya saw the king's firm determination, he declared, "The Supreme Lord is approached only by pure love. Your love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very deep. Therefore, without a doubt, he will be merciful upon you." Purport. Such determination is the first qualification, as confirmed by Rupa Goswami, Upadeshamrita, number 3. Usaharan Nishchayad Dairat. One must first have firm determination, firm faith. Then one engages in devotional service. He must maintain this firm determination. Then Krishna will be pleased with his service. The spiritual master can show the path of devotional service if the disciple follows the principles rigidly and undeviatedly. He will certainly receive the mercy of Krishna. This is confirmed by the Shastras. Prabhupada also said we have to have patience also. 53. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then suggested there is one means by which you can directly see him. On the day of the car festival, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will dance before the deity in great ecstatic love. On that Ratha Yatra festival day, after dancing before the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will enter the Gandhika garden. And at that time, you should go there alone without your royal dress. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enters the Gandhika temple, you should also go there and read the 5 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam about the Lord's Krishna's dancing with the gopis. In this way, you can catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in the mood of ecstatic love without external consciousness. At that time, as you recite those chapters from Srimad Bhagavatam, he will embrace you, knowing you to be a pure Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is always ready to help another Vaishnava progress toward realization of the absolute truth. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could understand the king's position as a pure Vaishnava. The king was always thinking of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Bhattacharya wanted to help him approach the Lord. A Vaishnava is always compassionate, especially when he sees a prospective devotee, very determined, dridha vrat. Consequently, the Bhattacharya was ready to help the king. So, Om Gana Dhimaranda Shaganandana Chakshuramitonina Tajmai Sri Gurave Namaha. I mean, this story just illustrates the example of how merciful the Vaishnava devotees are. You know, that and their compassion is all their qualities they have. Especially when they push other people, you know, to be with the Lord. And oftentimes to great work and great sacrifice themselves. So we can see that example here, and also that example set by Prabhupada and what he was able to do to try to waken up everybody from their sleeping condition and material life. So, 58. The Lord has already changed his mind due to Ramananda Roy's description of your pure love for him. So now he's encouraging him. You know, he's already told him, this is what you do. There might be some reservation, you know, because Lord Chaitanya has rejected me so many times. Even though his son was able to see him, he was able to, you know, make concessions in different ways. So now he's having to encourage him. But obviously this is His love for him is sometimes going to be, humility. Can I approach, in all humility? I'm not worthy. Once it flips, once you got the opportunity, then you start realizing, well, I'm not really qualified. So now he's trying to make sure that he's encouraged to do so. So Prabhupada's purport. At first, the Lord did not want to see the king, but due to the Bhattacharya's and Ramananda Roy's earnest endeavors, the Lord's mind was changed. The Lord already declared that Krishna would be merciful upon the king due to the king's service to the devotees. This is the process by which one can advance in Krishna consciousness. First, there must be the devotee's mercy. Then Krishna's mercy will descend. Yasha prasad bhagavat prasado, yasha prasada nagati kutopi. Our first duty, therefore, is to satisfy the spiritual master, who can arrange for the Lord's mercy. A common man must first begin to serve the spiritual master, or the devotee. Then, through the mercy of the devotee, the Lord will be satisfied. Unless one receives the dust of the devotee's lotus feet and on one's head, there is no possibility of advancement. This is also confirmed by a statement of Prahlad Maharaj in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 5, text 32. Naisham matas tavad urukram man griham sparshat yanartha pagamo yad arthan mahiyasam para rajo biksekam nishkin chanananan jiskin kanananan na Vrinitya yavat. Unless one approaches a pure devotee, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Maharaj Pataparudra worshiped both Ramananda Roy and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Thus he touched the lotus feet of the pure devotees and was able thereby to approach Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is all our desires, to be able to be able to approach Lord Chaitanya. And we're in the path, it's through devotees. It's the only way we're going to make it to Lord Chaitanya. It's through the mercy of all the devotees. That's why it's so important to stay in the association of the devotees. In the Chaitanya Bhagavat, it's described that when the Lord took sannyas that last night, he gave garlands to every body that was present. Of course, only a few people didn't even know he was leaving. It was the last time most of them would see him in a while, because they would come to Jagannath Puri regularly, so they got a chance to see him. But Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada said that in order for us to get that garland, we have to be determined, like Prabhupada said here, and we have to get the mercy of the devotees. And then one day we will receive Lord Chaitanya's garland. And then we will get the mercy of Krishna. Text 60. When the king asked the Bhattacharya when the bathing ceremony, Sanya Yatra, of Lord Jagannath would take place, the Bhattacharya replied that there were only 3 days left before the ceremony. After thus encouraging the king, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya went home. On the day of Lord Jagannath's bathing ceremony, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy at heart. Upon seeing the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy. But when Lord Jagannath retired after the ceremony, Lord Chaitanya became very unhappy because he could not see him. After the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath, which takes place just a fortnight before the Ratha Yatra ceremony, the body of Lord Jagannath deity is repainted. And this takes just about a fortnight to complete. This period is called Anusvara. There are many who visit the temple to see Lord Jagannath regularly every day, and for them, his retirement after the bathing ceremony is unbearable. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt Lord Jagannath's absence from the temple very much. the worship of Lord Jagannath is a mood of separation. The whole mood there is for one to build that separation, that mood of separation. It grows, and you see things like this help it. Due to the separation from Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt the same great anxiety the gopis feel in separation from Krishna. In this condition, he gave up all association and went to Alanath. The devotees who had followed the Lord came into his presence and requested him to return to Puri. They submitted that the devotees from Bengal were coming to Purushottama Kshetra. In this way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya brought Lord Chaitanya back to Jagannath Puri. He then went to King Prataparudra and informed him of the Lord's arrival. At this time, Gopinath Acharya came there, while Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was with King Prataparudra. Being a Brahmin, he offered his benediction to the king and addressed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya as follows. About 200 devotees are coming from Bengal. All of them are greatly advanced and specifically devoted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All of them have already arrived on the bank of the lake Narendra and are waiting there. I desire residential quarters and prasadam arrangements for them. Purport: Narendra is a small lake still existing in Jagannath Puri, where the Chandra Yatra festival takes place. Up to the present date, all the Bengali devotees who visit the Jagannath temple first take their bath in this lake. There they wash their hands and feet before entering the temple. 69. The king replied, I shall give orders to the attendant in the temple. He will arrange for everyone's residential quarters and prasadam as you desire. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, please show me, one after another, all of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees who are coming from Bengal. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya requested the king, go up on the roof of the palace. Gopinath Acharya knows every one of the devotees. He will identify them for you. Actually, I do not know any of them, although I have a desire to know them. Since Gopinath Acharya knows them all, he will give you their names. After Sarvabhauma said this, he went up to the top of the palace with the king and Gopinath Acharya. At this time, all the Vaishnava devotees from Bengal drew closer to the palace. Sarup Damodar and Govinda, taking the flower garlands and prasadam of Lord Jagannath, proceeded to where all the Vaishnavas were standing. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first sent those two persons in advance. The king inquired, who are these two? Please let me know their identities. Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya replied, here is Sarup Damodar, who is practically a second expansion of the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The second person is Govinda, Lord Chaitanya's personal servant. The Lord has sent garlands and remnants of Lord Jagannath's food with these two persons, simply to honor the devotees from Bengal. At the beginning, Sarup Damodar came forward and garlanded Advaita Acharya. Govinda next came and offered a second garland to Advaita Acharya. When Govinda offered his obeisances by falling down flat before Advaita Acharya asked Sarup Damodar about his identity, for he did not know Govinda at that time. So this is one of the first, obviously one of their first pilgrimages to Jagannath Puri. Of course, this Govinda, we read about the Govinda that traveled around with Lord Chaitanya. But then there's the Govinda that was his Ishwar Puri's disciple, Lord Chaitanya's godbrother. He sent two of them. Govinda came immediately, and was it Bhattacharya? Huh? Okay, Kashri Pandit. Yeah, so he first went on pilgrimage, and then he came. But Govinda came immediately, and then the Lord didn't understand. The Lord at first was a little hesitant about taking service. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was curious why Ishwara Puri gave initiation to a Sudra. Because there's this whole caste thing. So this story is told. And so Lord Chaitanya took the opportunity to explain the qualification is what he had to become the disciple of Ishwara Puri. So this, I think, is the Govinda they're talking about. Because the other Govinda lived in Navadvip and came with Lord Chaitanya, took with sannyasins. Obviously, there's numerous people named with different similar names. Okay, so this time, Advaitacharya did not know who Govinda was at the time. So Sarup Damodar informed him. Govinda was a servant of Ishwara Puri. He is very highly qualified. Ishwara Puri ordered Govinda to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, thus the Lord keeps him by his side. The king inquired, to whom did Sarup Damodar and Govinda offer the 2 garlands? His bodily effulgence is so great that he must be a very great devotee. Please let me know who this is. Gopinath Acharya replied, his name is Advaitacharya. He is honored even by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is therefore the topmost devotee. Here is Srivas Pandit, Prakeshwar Pandit, Vijayanidhi Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit. Here is Acharya Nath, Purandra Pandit, Gangadesh Pandit, Sakara Pandit. There is Murari Gupta, Pandit Narayan, and Haridas Thakur, the deliverer of the whole universe. Here is Hari Bhatta, and there is Nrsimhananda. Here is Vasudev Dutt and Shivananda Sain. Here also is Govinda Ghosh, Madhava Ghosh, Vasudev Ghosh. They are 3 brothers, and their Sankirtan, congregational chanting, pleases the Lord very much. Purport. Govinda Ghosh belonged to the Kayashta dynasty of the Uttara Radhiya section, and he was known as Ghosh Thakur. Even to the present day, there is a place named as Agradvip near Katwa. There where a fair takes place and is named after Ghosh Thakur. As far as Vasudev Ghosh is concerned, he composed many nice songs about Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and these are all authorized Vaishnav songs, like the songs of Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Lochan Das Thakur, Govinda Das Thakur, and other great Vaishnavas. 89. Here is Raghava Pandit. Here is Nanda Acharya. There is Srimad Pandit. And here is Srikanta and Narayana. Purport. Narottam Das Thakur honored the personal associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, has sung as follows. Parthatha 13. Gurungera Sangi Gane Nichasiddhi Hari Mane Se Yaya Rajendra Sutta Pase. One who is intelligent understands that all personal associates and devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are ever liberated. This means that because they are always engaged in devotional service of the Lord, they do not belong to this material world. One who is engaged in the Lord's devotional service 24 hours daily and never forgets the Lord is called Nitya Siddha. Srila Rupa Goswami confirms this statement. Ita yasa hari dashe karmana manasya gira nihilasvaya vastatu jivam mukta sau yache. A person acting in the service of Krishna with body, mind, intelligence, and words is a liberated person, even within the material world. Although we may be engaged in many so-called material activities. This is from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, First Wave, Chapter 2, Text 187. A devotee always thinks of how better to serve Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and how to broadcast His name, fame, and qualities throughout the world. One who is a Nityasiddha has no business other than broadcasting the glories of the Lord all over the world according to his ability. Such people are already associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Far out. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur says, Nityasiddha Hari, Mane. One should not think that because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personally present 500 years ago, only his associates were liberated. Rather, Sri Narottam Das Thakur says that anyone is a Nityasiddha if he acts on behalf of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by spreading the glories of the holy name of the Lord. We should respect those devotees preaching the glories of the Lord as Nityasiddha and should not consider them conditioned. Mam chayo vipicharena bhakti yogena sevate naguna samayaitam brahma bhuyayaya kalpate. Bhagavad Gita 14:26. One who has transcended the material modes of nature is said to be on the Brahman platform. That is also the platform of Nityasiddha. The Nityasiddha not only stays on the Brahman platform, but also works on that platform. Simply by accepting the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Nityasiddha, one can very easily go back home, back to Godhead. I mean, this is really important. I mean, Prabhupada stressed how important it is to serve the Vaishnavas and serve the spiritual master. And anything that supports a person's faith in the Guru, it should be accepted. And it's sometimes it's really, especially now with all this social media, it has some good parts of it, but there's also bad parts, because there's a lot of people now that there's a lot of negativity. And what that does is impact on person's faith. It has a direct impact on the faith. So that's why we have to be very careful about hearing these things and associating with these things. And it's bad enough, some of these, and oftentimes some of these were former devotees who have already lost their faith, as you call them devotees, but they're temporarily struggling with some kind of, whatever is going on, and they've given up their devotees association. And oftentimes, sometimes they become very critical. But now we even have people in senior devotees who attack the faith. The statements like, it's illogical to believe that everything that Srila Prabhupada said is the truth. These type of statements, especially by senior devotees, whatever good intention they might have had, it goes not only against it just attacks the faith of those people. To accept someone as a Nityasiddha, that's a pretty elevated position. It's a very exalted position. And there's really, as neophytes, it's almost impossible to give the right association, and not association, but the right glorification to such a person. But due to everybody's own personal ability, we give glorification to that ability. So Prabhupada has actually opened up a window here in the sense of his eternal relationship with Krishna. And so forth. We are blessed to be able to understand Srila Prabhupada in that way, not just for the thankless and tireless service that he performed for everybody in ISKCON and in and out of ISKCON, because everybody benefits. I think that was, might have been Hriyananda Goswami. One time he met with, when they went with Sridhar Swami when he was leaving his body. He said, you should take care of ISKCON because everybody benefits, not just members of ISKCON. All this other, it's all Gaudiya Math members. They're all reaping benefits from what Prabhupada did. Okay, so text number 9. Anybody, comments? Gopinath Acharya continued to point out the devotees. Here is Suklambara. See, there is Sridhar. Here is Vijaya, and there is Vallabha Sen. Here is Purushotama, and there is Sanjaya. And here are all the residents of Kulinagram, such as Satyaraj Khan and Ramananda. Indeed, All of them are present here. Please see. Here is Mukunda Das, Narahari, Sri Raghulandana, Chiranjiva, and Solochan, all residents of Kanda. How many names shall I speak to you? All the devotees you see here are associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is their life and soul. The king said, upon seeing all these devotees, I'm very much astonished, for I have never seen such effulgence. Indeed, their effulgence is like the brilliance of millions of suns. Nor have I ever heard the Lord's name chanted so melodiously. Purport. Such are the symptoms of pure devotees when they are chanting. All the pure devotees are as bright as sunshine, and their bodily luster is very effulgent. In addition to their performance of Sankirtan is unparalleled. There are many professional chanters who can perform congregational chanting with various musical instruments in an artistic and musical way. But their chanting cannot be as attractive as the congregational chanting of pure devotees. If a devotee sticks strictly to the principles governing Vaishnava behavior, his bodily luster will naturally be attractive, and his singing and chanting of the holy name of the Lord will be effective. People will appreciate such kirtan without hesitation. Even dramas about the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, of Sri Chaitanya, Sri Krishna should be played by devotees. Such dramas will immediately interest an audience and be full of potency. The students of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness should note these 2 points and try to apply these principles in their spreading of the Lord's glories. I mean, this is when you're preaching or you're in the public. I mean, we talk about dress, but it's really, you see here, it's the effulgence based on one's sadhana and their practice is what people actually see. The purity, it's a subtle thing. I mean, people have auras, but it's these subtle, it's your subtle purification that goes on in the practice of sadhana bhakti. Sometimes you don't, just dressing a particular way is an appearance that shows something, but the reality of a person's character is inside their heart. And that shows too. It's a subtle thing that people can pick up. It's a sincerity. Now, there's even for sannyasi, there's what Prabhupada said, these symbolic marks of dress are important. They're actually Vaishnava principle, he described, for sannyasi. And we see that these social orders are there for a purpose. Now, of course, now in Kali Yuga, these things are long been abandoned, and the whole system is primarily corrupt. But the basic chanting of the Krishna's holy name is so simple, and the sincerity. But when we chant, that actually is carried over to the people who hear it. And based on one's sincerity and their cleaning internally, that has the biggest impact on the ability to spread Krishna's holy name and be effective in that way. So those things are very important. That's why we follow certain principles. You know, that's why we have a particular regulated life, just to clean outside, but we have to clean inside also. Text 96. I think we got time for one more. I've never before seen such ecstatic love, nor heard the vibration of the holy name of the Lord chanted in such a way, nor seen such dancing during Sankirtan. Because the temple of Lord Jagannath is situated at Jagannath Puri, many devotees from all parts of the world came to perform Sankirtan and glorification of the Lord. All these devotees were certainly seen and heard by Maharaj Prataparudra. But herein admits that kirtan performed by the associates of the Lord is unique. He had never before heard such Sankirtan, nor seen such attractive features manifested by the devotees. The members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness should go to India during the birthday ceremony of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Mayapur and perform Sankirtan congregational. congregationally. This will attract the attention of all the important personalities in India, just as the beauty, body, luster, and Sankirtan performance by the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu attracted the attention of Maharaj Prataparudra. The association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was unlimited during the presence of the planet. Jai. All glories to Sri Guru and God.
Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam
Okay.
Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Enam Kanvandam Maravindanalayataksam Bharavatam Samasitam Buddhasundarangam Kandar Agom Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalem Priya Priti Manti Vasyan Vipan Vikayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam
Adi Purusham
Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam. Namam Isharam Sachid Anandarupam Lasat Kunalam Gokule Rajamanam. Yasodameo Lukalad Davamandam Paramristamat Yanta Todruja Gopya. Rudantamurnetra Yugmamrijantam Karambojat युग में नव सत्संग नेत्रम Mosasakampat Dragankakanta Zitagraivam Damodaram Bhaktivadam Ite Driksalilabir Ananda Kunege Swakosham Nipajantam Akyapayantam Tade Sita Gesu Bhaktadi Tatmam Punak Prematastam Shatavritti Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Mokshavatim Vaha Nachanyam Vinayam Val Reshadapiya Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Bala Sadame Manyasyavi Rastam Kimanyai Idam te mukam mojam ajanta nilai Vritam kuntalaya snigdha raktaisha gopya Moschambitam mimba Raktadadam meki Manasya virastam Alam lakshablapai Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Tuka Jalabdi Magnam Kripatristi restate dinambatatu Rahaneshamamagyam Edakshidrisha. Kuver Atmajau Bada Muchai Vajadvad Twaya Mochito Akti Bajau Krito Chow. Tata prema bhaktim swa kame prayacha namokshe guru homesti damodareha. Namaste stu damne sporadipti damne twadiotarayatha vishvasha damne. Namo Radhikaya Tva Diya Priyaya Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. Namam Ishwaram Sachit Anandurupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Dyasoname Olukalad Davamanam Madham Rishtamatjan Tato Drukjagopya. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. Jaya Radha Golokinana Rana Golokinana Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Sri Raghunatha. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Saparavatakacharya also Tada Satashi Shimad, His Divine Grace Sabaya Chalananda Bhaktivedanta Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Hridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shidwaita Gadadha Sri Vasudhi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radhakrishna Gopikapada Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Vrindavanam Ki Jai, Machuradam Ki Jai, Jagannath Swami Ki Jai, Yamunamai Ki Jai, Srimati Lasi Devi Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Hari Hari Bom. All glories the assembled devotees, all glories the assembled devotees, all glories the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vastai Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Kachani Nivashesha Shunyavadi Paschatejatari. To the Supreme Controller who possesses an eternal form of blissful knowledge, whose glistening earrings swing to and fro, who manifested himself in Gokula, who stole the butter that the gopis kept hanging from the rafters of their storerooms, and who then quickly jumped up and ran in retreat in fear of Mother Yashoda, but was ultimately caught. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances. Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful and his breathing quick, and as Mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes, he shivered in fright and his pearl necklace shook. To the Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, who is bound by his devotees' love, I offer my humble obeisances. Those super excellent pastimes of Lord Krishna's babyhood drown the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy. To the devotees who are attracted only to his majestic aspect of Narayana Vaikuntha, the Lord herein reveals, I am conquered and overwhelmed by pure loving devotion. To the Supreme Lord Damodar, my obeisances hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you were able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for liberation, nor eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. O Lord, I do not even want to know your feature of Paramatma. I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart. O Lord, the cheeks of your blackish lotus face, which is encircled by locks of curling hair, have become reddened like bimba fruit due to Mother Yashoda's kisses. What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulences are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind. O unlimited Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. I am drowning in an ocean of sorrow and am almost like a dead man. Please shower the rain of mercy upon me, uplift me, and protect me with your nectarian vision. O Lord Damodar, in your form as a baby, Mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone with a rope for tying cows. You then freed the sons of Kuvera, Mani, Griva, and Nalakuvara, who were cursed to stand as trees, and you gave them the chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in the same way. I have no desire for liberation to your effulgence. O Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound with a rope by Mother Yashoda. To this rope I offer my humble obeisances. I offer my obeisances to your most beloved Srimati Radharani and to your unlimited pastimes. Damodar Ki Jai, Lord Damodar.
Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param